Despite the best efforts of Disney and the mainstream media to convince us otherwise, it's no secret that Marvel has been struggling, not just at the box office, but also on streaming. But something that's gotten lost over the last several months, while we've been talking about all these massive disappointments and flops and upcoming disasters for the MCU, is the major controversy that they've been going through for over a year now. If you recall, all the way back last year, visual effects artists across the industry started hammering Marvel. They started calling them out because, quite frankly, Marvel was overloading and overworking them. They had so many projects going on, and all of these relied heavily on VFX, and they weren't giving them enough time. It's one of the reasons why so many things that came out looked like shit, whether it was Thor: Love and Thunder, whether it was the disaster known as She-Hulk. It seems like CGI and visual effects at Marvel have taken a massive step backwards because of the mismanagement. And now it looks like all of those things have had big ramifications, because now things are going to get a whole lot harder for Marvel. If they thought they had a hard time pushing all these projects through, now just wait until all the visual effects workers are unionized, and that is where we are headed. Marvel VFX artists vote to unionize. So with all these strikes going on, with all the different contractual negotiations going on, now these visual effects artists who haven't had any limits placed on the amount of hours that they have to work, who haven't been compensated for some of the overtime they're putting in, all of a sudden, they're going to unionize, and that is going to become that much more of a massive problem for Marvel going forward. Visual effects crews at Marvel Studios have voted to unionize, IATSE announced on Monday. A press release notes a supermajority of Marvel's more than 50 worker crew has signed authorization cards indicating they wish to be represented by the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees. For people that don't know, IATSE basically represents everybody that's on the crew of the film production, whether it's a mic person or a cameraman or things like that, technicians behind the scenes. Well, VFX artists have not been included in that. It's one of the ways that Marvel has been kind of trying to take advantage of that and putting so much work on them with very little time to just make sure that they get it out. If a lot of other people follow what the Marvel VFX artists are doing, this could be a massive game changer in Hollywood, considering how much VFX is being used. And we watched this entire thing play out last year. After all this criticism came out, after so many VFX artists came out directly said Marvel is awful to work for because this, and this, well then, just a few days later, Taika Waititi was mocking the visual effects in his own movie, Thor: Love and Thunder. He got massive pushback for that. We heard from artists all over that they're kind of depressed at how many projects Marvel's going to put out because they know that they don't give people enough time, that they don't plan well enough. A lot of these things are changed last minute, and they leave it to the VFX artists to try to fix it, and it ends up looking like complete and total dog shit. And I imagine Marvel thought they may have taken care of the problem. When you heard about the blacklisting, the pressure, the crunch that these VFX artists were talking about, the person to blame was Victoria Alonso. Victoria Alonso caught all of the blame for that, and Marvel fired her ass months ago. It was kind of a shocker. She then sued Disney. They came to a settlement that she kind of went away, but the problem clearly is not over. The VFX artists clearly still have an axe to grind and clearly want to unionize, which, if that happens, is going to make things that much more difficult for Disney and for Marvel. If you thought the Marvel budgets were bad now, if you thought that all of this stuff, Secret Invasion at $200 million, She-Hulk at $225 million, $250 million budgets for nearly every movie that comes out, Multiverse of Madness ballooned up to $300 million, if you think these budgets are out of control now, just wait until the VFX workers are unionized and imagine what's going to happen to them at that point. This is very, very bad news. It might just seem like a little news cycle. Oh, look, Marvel VFX workers want to unionize. This could have massive ramifications in a very negative way for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is already struggling and already over budget. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.